Ozzy. Ozzy. Angry, 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 angry. Ozzy. 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 Angry, 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 angry.
Sorry, I was just looking at my orange I've been peeling. Now, who I'm apologizing to, no one's watching it. Okay, that's the whole thing. Anyway, usual. Let's see, start to the week. Huh? You loving the old theme? I have to admit, I do jive to it a little bit. So hello there, and hi Celtic. So I'm going to do my usual, ease into it, warm up. Going to make a cocktail video. A cocktail I have high hopes for, actually. So I'll get set up. Chair out of the way. This here, because we're going to meet it before we talk about it. There's lime juice, put lemon juice over here in case we need it. GoPro. And hello, Justin. How are you going? You, all you early arrivals. Nice to see you. Going to make a daiquiri variation. Anyway, okay, so I think we'll put it in this glass. So we'll put ice in this glass. I'm being a professional. I'm chilling my glass before I use it. Because I'm a goddamn professional. Alright. So that. Go lily pilly. Okay. Huh. Okay. These here. Getting it. Jesus. Clumsy motherfucker. I swear I haven't been drinking. I'm just clumsy. Yeah, I'm gonna make it first. Heading to Melbourne and back. Is that a work, a medical thing? Okay. Ooh, I don't want this on you. What am I doing? Change my mind. Okay. This lime juice ready. Okay, need to get everything ready. This. I'm just gonna medical. Sleep splint. Okay, cool. Sorry, Celtic. You saw a huntsman, thought it was Moroni the huntsman, but you thought it was larger and reddish, clearing a shelf and threw a Buzz Lightyear at you to get rid of him. Yoish. I'm just going to look up some traditional ratios. Okay, I'll go with, what's Difford say? 1 2/3, half a shot. Okay. All right, I've made a decision. Need to get this going. There we go. I'll do the lime juice one on. Okay. I just had an idea. See how this goes anyway. Okay. All that in there. Shit, what am I doing? That there. It's shaky, not a stirry. Why was I going to stir that? Painfully cold to hold. So that's enough shaking. All right. Okay, let's take a little picky chewer of this. Dun, dun. All righty, now I've got to do the talky bit. All righty, get this one ready. Okay, go for it, camera. Start up anytime you're ready. Looks a bit right. Is it? That's probably fine. Wait a sec. What? I'm on 4K. Okay. I really wasn't sure. Okay. Now waking up. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is a lily-pilly daiquiri. A lily-pilly, also known as ryeberry, is an Australian native fruit, and this is a lily-pilly. You can see it's a small red. Well, actually, when it gets really ripe, it goes almost purple. And there are different varieties of this, which are different colors. The one I like is the really red one. It gives the best color and flavor to drinks. Now, we've just passed lily-pilly season, and I got some off some local trees, including one in my yard. And first I made a syrup with it. And then I had all this leftover sugar-soaked fruit. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to use this again. And I put it in some rum, let it steep in some rum, which came out this color. Very funky white rum. It's now got this lovely peach color. And even the sugar syrup I made, it's got this nice light pink color. So the lily-pilly's been doing service. Now I also have a bunch of alcohol-soaked lily-pilly waiting, and we might do something fancy in the house. We might dip them in chocolate and then have homemade sort of liqueur chocolates to have, because we're fancy. Technically, this would be a rum liqueur now because the sugar and some juice from the lily-pilly would have got infused and raised the sugar content. So it's not, strictly speaking, just rum now. It's a rum liqueur, although it won't have lowered the alcohol content very much. But it's given us a really nice looking drink. And, you know, I've been hanging out to try this. I always test new rums by making a daiquiri with them to see what it's like. And this is my first taste of my lily-pilly daiquiri. Oh, that works really well. The lily-pilly on their own, they've got a very light flavor. It's almost like a pear to me, like particularly when I put it in a sugar syrup. This is a particularly funky white rum from a local distiller, Killick, and the flavors have gone together really well. I'll show you how I made it. In a shaker, put 2.5 ounces or 75 mils of the rum liqueur. Then, Christ almighty. Then 1/2 ounce or 15 mils of lime juice. Then I'm adding about 1/4 ounce or 7.5 mils of the lily-pilly sugar syrup. And there's a cow going past. Add ice to the shaker, shake that good and hard for 10 or 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then strain it into a chilled coupe. Even if you're in Australia, there's only a very small chance you have access to lily-pilly. So I do this more or less to hopefully inspire people, whether it's a regular old fruit, whether it's one you buy from a supermarket, or whether it's something you have grown that maybe is unique to your country or your area. I really think you should experiment. You should probably look up first to make sure things are edible and not toxic, because sometimes things that look pretty are actually toxic. Nature be like that. So make sure what you're using is safe. Lily-pilly, definitely safe, definitely tasty. This has worked out very well for me. If you have your own experiment, I'd love to hear about that as well. But in the meantime, I do hope you're taking care, and I do hope to see you again sometime soon. Until I see you again, I'll say cheers. Turning things off and enjoy my daiquiri. All right, now sit down, talk with you folk who are sitting there. Starting the day with a daiquiri. Oh, man. Okay. Where are we? What's everyone doing? What are we all doing? Fallen Dreams. Hello. How are you? The night is young. And I have a very manly pink daiquiri. Oh. Well, the last time the aurora was visible, the light pollution in the city didn't kill it. People were definitely able to see it. I did see a story saying it might be visible tonight, and then I forgot. Mr. Peter Buckley, you remember the red beetle? Dubbo represent. Yes. For those who missed the theme for tonight's stream, I noted that historically, 1993, the last the classic Volkswagen Bugs Beetles came off the production line in Mexico. They'd been producing them in Mexico for a little while, and it was my first car. Very age. It was older than me. Red Volkswagen Beetle, which I kept for a couple of years. And Pat, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Well, I like sharing behind the scenes. It's I'm multitasking, namely, making the videos while live stream. And yes, you get to see the sausage being made, as the saying goes. Oh man, that is really yummy, actually. Freaking yeah. Justin starting to consider moving back to Melbourne for reasons. Are they sex reasons? The way you said that, Justin, that's what you're making me think. Okay, you got a 64 Mini around the same time. I mean, classic. We're both driving cars older than us. Because we're just average Joes in Dubbo. Pat, something's on the Discord. Okay. I'm guessing I know what this is, but you know what? I'm gonna look. What's on the Discord? Yes, I thought that would be it. Pat, you went to see Deadpool and Wolverine. What did you think of it? I suspect I already know what you think of it. Well, yeah, they were just older than us, but I think mine was 63. Just older than us, but older than us nevertheless. You wouldn't get many people today driving cars that were older than them. But that's just how we went back in the day. I'm trying to think what in order of the cars I had the Volkswagen Beetle for a few years. Then I had a 70s Toyota Corolla. And then I think I didn't have a car for ages. Social reasons. Well, I guess Melbourne's a bit more social than Canberra. I don't know, though. Who knows? I don't go out. I don't socialize. So about 10 out of 10 for Deadpool and Wolverine. Nice. I actually suspect I'd like it if I saw it as well. Line ball if I can be bothered to go and see it in the cinema. Mrs. Angry's not really interested in it, so it'd be a case of me going out to see it if I wanted to. I'm not sure. I mean, I reasonably strong urge to watch it, but I honestly don't know. Oh gosh. God, what a great quote. That's from Mallrats. Kevin Smith's second film. I used to have sex in uncomfortable places, like the back of a Volkswagen. Did you really hit -4, Safa? Damn, that's friggin' rough. I think we're meant to have quite a cold night tonight by Melbourne standards anyway, given that it rarely reaches 0 here. What are they now saying? 2 overnight. That's fairly low. Ooh, and then 1 the following night. Damn. So, yeah, if it's 1 and 2 Celsius in Melbourne. It's definitely going to be sub-zero in the country areas. You're giving it a 3 out of 5. Well, you'll be shocked to hear Strictly Sega. Pat gave it a 10 out of 10. I don't know that he's rated a film less than 10 out of 10 recently. Although I have to admit, probably the only one I'd disagree with him is that Netflix one with Jennifer Lopez. I haven't watched it, but I suspect I wouldn't give it 10 out of 10. Yeah, and as you are fond or horrified to point out, Justin, on average, housing in Canberra is more expensive than Melbourne. And Melbourne's not great. Better than Sydney, but dang. What have for dinner? Actually, oh wow. Sorry, I just burped a bit and tasted my dinner because it was pasta bake with the truffle sauce from the supermarket that I like so much. My third meal of it because just made a big thing of it and baked it, and it's then multiple meals. Why don't you have a look at housing in Canberra? Just I did recently, and it was definitely worse than Melbourne. Good question. Is it because Canberra ran out of room for houses, or because it's got a captive audience of all those public servants? Ooh, steak, fancy. I have to admit, I can rarely be bothered to eat steak because it's like too much work to chew it up. That's how lazy I am. I don't want to chew steak up. Too much like hard work. Mm. Oh man, that was fucking good. Ah, pizza is an awesome dinner. Yes. Shared some with the dog. Lucky dog. I love it. Oh, damn. I'm always fascinated. Like, I buy an orange just for the peel for garnishes. But when you start to peel it, the rest of the peel dries out. Like, the rest of the peel looks like shit at the moment. And I only did this on Friday and Saturday. I don't even know if I can get a usable friggin' peel out of it now. Oh. I bet you have, Safra. I bet you have. No judgment. You're watching female beach volleyball. Is it true? I think it's like you said it the other night. They're having break dancing in the Paris Olympics. Is it an exhibition thing or a real thing? I don't know. Well, they're having some hot weather in France. 30 Celsius, saying the sand was 38. Damn. It is. Yeah, I thought it'd be because of the public service, the higher prices in Canberra. Damn, that's a thing, isn't it? That's a whole goddamn thing. I don't know that he rated anything less than 10 out of 10. Pat, if you're still there, is there a movie you've seen recently that wasn't as good as the other ones? Oh god, okay. For no good reason, on the weekend, I was flicking through channel. I was by myself for a while and flicking through channels. What did I watch? And I watched the Netflix movie Extraction 2 with Chris Hemsworth. Entertaining. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like, it's a fantasy that's no more connected to reality than the Lord of the Rings. It's just like, these ridiculous over the top, gunfights, vendetta, and it's just like people just don't have those resources. This is not, no matter how far you want to stretch reality, this is not connected to reality. It's absolute fantasy. Probably not as silly as like John Wick Part 4 in particular, which honestly got intelligence insultingly stupid. But I did find Extraction 2 entertaining if silly. Pat, your worker sick? Without your worker? Oh no. Well, I hope they're not too sick, mate. Well, okay, if you talk about bubonic plague, that's a problem around the world. It's not widespread, but you have to, like in the US, you have to watch out for squirrels that carry the plague. I think, is it raccoons as well? I know there were squirrels carrying the plague in the US. So yeah, bubonic plague still exists. It just doesn't sort of transmit readily among humans. I think it's not just women having fantasies about Chris Hemsworth, but yeah, he's pretty funny. So if I will say that's a made up number. I think the CloudStrike outage uh, is costing companies a lot around the world to completely fix labor. And I have seen those same reports that you're quoting from. Uh, I think it's important to stress the number is made up. Uh, Someone's just taken a wild fucking guess. There isn't a thing of companies having invoices and going, well, I had to do this much work and it cost us this much to do it. And they have not tallied those invoices from every country around the world. So it's often important when there are any stories about money to acknowledge the figure quoted is extremely often just invented. And the figure people are attaching to the CrowdStrike thing, they've just made it. They've pulled it out of their ass. They've honestly got no objective measure for those things. It's guesses. You can argue it's an educated guess, but those numbers are not evidence based. They've gone, this much company, uh, uh, this much cost. So we think globally it'd probably cost this much. But it's guesswork. Very important. Oh, Justin, the rental stuff. Charming one bedroom. Is that 440 a week for a one bedroom? I'm sure there are some um Australian city is most expensive. Okay, roughly what this is saying. No. I mean, oh wow. Brisbane overtakes Melbourne as Australia's third most expensive city for the first time in 15 years. Okay, I'll actually share this. Where are we? Okay. Do I get intoxicated? Only when I'm doing live streams. Oh, and that is real fucking lazy as well, the way all the media kept saying, it's like Y2K, but it actually happened. It was a significant outage, millions of machines around the world, which is a small fraction, like single figure percentage of the number of computers and servers in operation around the world, but it was still millions. I don't know, man. I didn't. So I legit did not leave the office. So I'm not really in a position to say. It's about average for Monday and Tuesday these days. So, but yeah, okay. housing prices. Found a thing with the ABC, so that's kind of trustworthy to me. So let's do that. So that's saying median house price in Sydney 1.1 million, Canberra 843,000, Brisbane 787,000, Melbourne 780,000, Adelaide 711,000. Darwin, unsurprisingly, much place. Who the fuck wants to live in Darwin? And when we go to rent, okay, median weekly rent for houses in Sydney 730, units 680. Melbourne 550 and 520. Brisbane 600 for a house, 560 for a unit. Adelaide 560. So that's, yeah, Canberra second in all these. Sydney 780 for a house, Canberra 680 for a house, Sydney 680 for a unit, and Canberra 560 for a unit. Brisbane also 560 for a unit, but cheaper for a house. That's interesting. That's saying rent in Darwin is more expensive than Melbourne. That seems weird. Much that just seems super weird, because they were saying it was much cheaper to buy in Darwin, but more expensive to rent in Darwin. So yes, but Canberra is second most expensive. What am I doing on Sunday, Pat? I would say the Darwin thing is lack of stock, but it was kind of surprising that there was such a big difference between buying and renting in Darwin. Oh man, I could go another one of those, I think. Sydney's more expensive on average, has a larger range. That may well be true, Justin. There is a very big difference between the most expensive and least expensive in Sydney. But mind you, even in the outer suburbs, prices are stupid as fuck. It may well be the case that Canberra's just expensive everywhere. Hey, Loogie, how you going? Oh, I've not made a tequila-ish drink for a while, and I have one in mind, the Oaxacanite. Oop, am I gonna get the hiccups now? Okay, tequila, Oaxacanite, mezcal, tequila, lime juice, and honey syrup, and bitters. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna quickly make this. Let me move around here. Oh. Oops. Chair's caught on the power cord. You don't want that. Okay. Let's. A bit more of that. Okay. Getting ready. People get ready. Okay. What are you saying, Loogie? CrowdStrike thing made it impossible to get MRI done. I would be pissed off too. Pat, I don't know what I'm doing on Sunday. Dude, I barely plan more than a day in advance in my life. Where it is, eh? Okay. Nice. How much of that is there? Alright, so don't want these anymore. Guess I'll put my Lily Pilly in the cupboard where it can just wait. Okay. So we want mezcal and blanco tequila. Okay, double check. What's on this? Yeah, okay. And bitters. That's not aromatic bitters. Orange juice. And maybe this. And I think, again, I'm being Mr. Professional, and I'm going to chill my glass. Chilling like a villain. All right. Maybe it's the way you are. All right. That's a word. Okay, I'm gonna make this. Okay. Do the mezcal. Do the blanco tequila. What did Dr. Abigail hates? How much lime juice? 3/4. Take this off because that's empty. And maybe just a little bit. Lemon juice to top it up. All right, that's that. Lemon juice and honey syrup. How much honey syrup do I have? Not very much. 3/4 minutes of honey syrup. Oh wait, I've got a garlic in there. Do that. Okay. 3/4 ounce of honey syrup. And 3 dashes of aromatic bitters. Okay. Do that. All right. Gonna put that in there. You just make sure it's in there. Oh. Okay. All right, let's turn this on again. And we'll shift it. All right. Oh, that's nice and smoky. All right. That's me. Take a publicity photo on it. That's good. Now I got to do the talking bit. That it's short, so theoretically this will be quick. Open that up. Okay. Let's do this. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is, I was going to say martini. It's margarita. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is a margarita. Wow, having trouble with words. G'day, cocktail lovers. This is a margarita called the Oaxacan, named after the Mexican state of Oaxaca. It does a split of mezcal and tequila. Also, it gets this color from honey syrup and aromatic bitters. I'm going to give it a taste. I love the way the smoky mezcal works with the tequila. Here's how we make it. Well, this is really yummy. In a shaker, put 1 ounce or 30 mils of mezcal, then 1 ounce or 30 mils of Blanco tequila, then 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 mils of lime juice, 3/4 of an ounce or 22.5 mils of honey syrup, and finally 3 dashes of aromatic bitters. And after the shake that good and hard for 10 or 15 seconds to chill and dilute the drink, and then strain that into a chilled Nick and Nora glass. Yeah, that car's going past. You could garnish this with a lime wedge if you like, but limes are super expensive here at the moment, so I'm not doing that. Enjoying it as it is. The Oaxacan. Cheers. Don't mind me, I'm just knocking things over. This is quite. Me. I don't even drunk that much. Go to pick something up and I just end up knocking more things over. What a clune. Okay. That's all done. Now I'm going to sit down. I'm not going to make any more videos, John. I'm just going to sit down. Me. Get shit sorted. Okay. Now I'm going to sit down. Where begin? Okay. Sitting down. Are you busy tonight? 2 rehearsals in different locations. Damn. Yes, they were pretty easy drinks tonight. Daiquiri variation and margarita variation. But yeah, I'm saying the 360, almost as old as you. Okay. I'll do a garnish for this. God, to get video games almost as old as me, you have to go back to Pong. I'm fucking old, man. You're Jonathan E, man. You know why I just thought of that rollerball line? But anyway. Gonna have to get a fresh orange for Thursdays and Fridays stream. This one's tired and dried up, just like me. Don't take it personally, Orange. I'm tired and dried up too. But I might juice that. I'll find some cocktail recipes that use orange juice because I don't often do them. Because I don't really like orange. It's a weird thing to say. I don't often do orange juice in a cocktail because I don't like it, so I'm going to do it. All around us, man. I get the names mixed up. He's Hudson, yeah? Hicks is the cool one and Hudson is the dork. Or is it the other way around? I'm getting their names mixed up in my head. Oh, and there's a new Alien movie coming out. Looks like it might be okay. Romulus. In fact, looks like it'd be virtually a remake of the original Alien, but with a younger cast. Because they're really going. Bill Paxton, the guy who has the fame of being he's killed by an alien, a predator, and what else? A Terminator? You think Longlegs looks amazing? Okay. Weirdly, of the million trailers I've watched, I don't think I've seen a trailer for Longlegs. I know the movie you're talking about. Celtic. Okay, best cocktail. Well, keep it simple. Depends what you like. But I'd be going with a sour. So literally, if you like whiskey sour was one of my early favorites. Fucking love a whiskey sour. I made 2 classic sours tonight: a daiquiri, which is a rum sour, and a margarita, which is a tequila sour. Oh, that's fucking good. Yum. But it really comes down to what you like. Yeah, whiskey sours was probably my first favorite cocktail. I mean, how easy it's the sours are spirit, citrus, and sugar. That's it. So easy to make. Well, sours are sweet basically. They're sugar and citrus. And then you get the daisies, which are sugar, citrus, spirit, and liqueur. And again, one of my early favorites, the sidecar, which is made with brandy and orange liqueur. Fucking yum. God, 2 really good sours tonight. I'm fucking liking them. They're like 8 out of 10 easy. Well, sweetness without the sour. Not really balanced. Probably getting into like some of the rum drinks, the tiki drinks. If you think the idea of a sour is too sour, you probably want to look up some tiki drinks. Okay, word to the wise, Lukey. Don't call them Irish car bombs. It's so fucking offensive. You, you know, they're Boilermakers. It's beer that you drop a shot into. And another hot tip for St. Patrick's Day: also, don't order a cocktail. Say you want a black and tan in an Irish pub, because you deserve to be punched in the fucking face for both of them. Black and tans were a murder squad that the British sent in to Ireland to terrorize and murder civilians. Okay, well, I'm telling you, it's as offensive as fuck, and don't do it. Yes, we should have fruit tingle. So, like, someone said saying sweet cocktails. I'm just thinking, oh, you mean shit cocktails? Um, what's my computer beeping at me for? I don't know. That's okay. Thanks, Celtic. This is one of the more. This is from the last lot I bought. It is one of the more colorful ones I own. Uh, Last time I bought some, there were a couple of uh, very colorful tropical style ones. Hey, Rays, how's it going? Yeah, but the sours are sweet, and I mean seriously. I mean, if you're worried about them being sour, like particularly a daiquiri or a margarita or a gimlet, just do actually a margarita is a daisy. Anyway, do a little bit less of the citrus juice and a little bit more of the sugar syrup. Yeah, I know. It's very busy, this shirt, isn't it? A lot happening on it. It's also reminding me I haven't bought new shirts in months. Maybe I should buy some more shirts because they keep coming out with the designs, and I keep seeing designs I really like really different colors to any that I have, and it's super fucking tempting. I don't know. I'm supposed to, when the new industrial relations things go in, the new award for my job, I'm supposed to get a bonus. Maybe I'll celebrate the bonus by buying some more shirts, being another month or so. But yeah, and then I might actually retire some because some I got the printing on them is so cheap and nasty that the image is like it's bleeding, like the print hasn't been done very well, and the ink is bleeding. So maybe if I get some more in a month or two, I might retire some of the less well made ones. We'll see. Mm. Oh god, that is fucking yummy though. Ray, he's taking a laptop to work so he can apply the other job and be paid for it. Yeah. Is that old rhyme? Boss makes a dollar while I make a dime. That's why I'm shitting on company time. Like in the morning, like, oh yeah, oh man. So before I have a shower, do I have to have a shit? No. Okay, I'm just gonna hold on. I'll get to the office, sign in, and then go and take a shit. Oh, okay. I don't always just really get into sours, but both of those tonight, the daiquiri variation and the margarita variation, fucking yum. And no, I've not bought anything from Temu. But I mean, mind you, all these shits, are just coming from different Chinese warehouses, probably slave labor stitching them together. Not like I'm on any moral high ground here. It's not like it's possible to have responsible consumption under late stage capitalism. There's no way you can have ethical consumption because the whole system's so unethical. Sorry, the Olympics opening ceremony. What was the trigger in the Olympics? I have not been watching any of the Olympics. I did see a few things in the media that people getting wound up by stuff in the opening ceremony. Yes, your phone does seem to be fucking you around with autocorrect, quite honestly. They do that sometimes. Yeah, there are a few things in the opening ceremony that pissed off a few people. Oh, right. Okay, here's the thing. People saying like The Last Supper with drag queens and trans people. And you get a lot of people saying it was actually, referencing Greek history, like the guy in blue was Dionysius. And or was it Bacchus? Anyway, and people saying that. I honestly think they were deliberately winding up Christians, which I find humorous. We're going, no, they weren't. Yeah, I kind of think they were. But what do I know? Am I gonna have another drink? Maybe. Yeah, a little bit of that one left. I'm trying. I'm gonna go back here and get a thing. Oh, that's okie dokie. Artichoke. Hey, Hannah, how are you? But yeah, it's just that it's a Da Vinci thing of the last summer. References to that are in pop culture all the time. Can't really escape the feeling that this is just people wanting to be offended, and particularly the fucking weirdos in America. Obsessed with saying things are demonic and satanic. That's always been in popular culture. And these same people do fucking idolatrous images about Trump of all people. Would I ever go back to uni? Fuck no. It's too expensive if no other reason. And you found me a book? Feels like, okay, I'm getting my reading list out. Because I'm working my way through this nonfiction one called Sapiens, which is really good. There's one written by Keanu Reeves and China Mieville. The Book of Elsewhere. Author of Sapiens. Comes out in September, called Nexus, Brief History of Information Systems. Wow. Okay, well, that same author has another one that's like a follow-up to Sapiens. So what's the name? Yuval. Let me look them up. Yep, Nexus is coming up. Oh, they've got a few books. Unstoppable Us, Volumes 1 and 2, 21 Lessons for the 21st Century. Why we love dogs, eat pigs, and wear cows. He just does a thing. Homo Deus. Oh, that's foreign language. Okay. A brief. Okay, yeah. So the follow up to Sapiens is Homo Deus, a brief history of tomorrow. And Nexus. Story of Information Networks. I will definitely probably have that one in the next year. The best, most angry bit, the cover, blank except for a singular pigeon on it. Let me look. Was that what was on? It is. It's a pigeon on it. What's 21 lessons for the 21st century? 21 bite-sized lessons. How can we protect ourselves from nuclear war, ecological cataclysms, and technological disruptions? What can we do about the epidemic of fake news, the threat of terrorism? What should we teach our children? Yuval Noah Harari takes us on a thrilling journey through today's most urgent issues. The golden thread running through his exhilarating new book is the challenge of maintaining our collective and individual focus in the face of constant and disorienting change. Are we still capable of understanding the world we created? It's going to be released on the 10th of the 9th. Okay, that's Nexus is going to be released on the 10th and 9th. Lessons 1 to 21. We're fucked, so hold on. I did see a reference to that. I mean, kind of irrelevant, but seeing they're not here. But in the US, the burger chain going bye-byes. So he genuinely thought it was going to say maintaining our collective and individual shit. Yeah, I mean, good title for a book, How to Keep Your Shit Together. Raise and proper messed up dream got you moving more cautiously. I have definitely been having weird dreams and I only like remember fragments of them and they fade really soon after waking up. But sometimes or semi-regularly, I wake up and go, oh wow, those were some fucked dreams. Really weird. And I read an article. Man in Adelaide handled rejection in the most creepy way. Oh, that does not sound good. I was at the Aussie store. See, I didn't read the story. I just saw the headline. I didn't know there were enough Carl's Jr. in Australia to go into receivership. Fucking yeah. So, Rach, your dream was being at work getting stabbed by a crackhead. Moving on with a kitchen knife, inside's diced to fuck, somehow survived, woke up like, yeah, moving smart tonight, just in case that was the universe warning you. Okay, so the creepy guy approached a woman in a grocery store, asked where eggs were. It's clear based on how she was dressed, she didn't work there. She apologized and said she didn't know. Now, I'm already disliking this story. So she got to her car. He approached her, asked if she had a boyfriend. She said she wasn't dating. Asked why not. Basically, back and forth. Okay. Did just super fucking wrong. So he got in his car, accidentally backed into her car, got out of a car, winked at her and said, interesting way to get your phone. Oh, fuck off. What a fucking psychopath. It would be at that point I would call the police. No two ways about it. Call the cops, have the cops get his number and just say, this guy's a fucking psychopath. It's nice if they gave us stab roofs. Yeah, okay. That does seem like something you should be provided with. Well, either that or they should just assume that you're not going to friggin' accost anyone. What did I miss? Oh, Hannah Gadsby. Okay. Because Hannah posted about seeing Hannah Gadsby in Briz, and Salumi is going to see Hannah Gadsby in Adelaide. Nice. Wait, and I'm clicking on the wrong things on my computer. God damn it. Hannah wouldn't give him phone number. Oh no. Yeah, no. I'm not even joking. I would straight up call the cops. Because that guy's a fucking psycho. It's dangerous. Another airline went bankrupt. Yeah, it's a whole thing. Was that Rex? I feel like I saw something about Rex. Last 2 months, you had knives pulled on you twice and a syringe. Yeah, syringe. Yeah, kick the window in if you want. Yeah, it's fine. I love the stuff you were saying about the questions in the Hannah Gadsby show, but it's left you confused feeling about Tim Tams. All right. Okay, yeah, so Justin and Sapa confirming is Rex. Yes, I thought I saw some reference to Rex in the news. Alrighty. So, gonna have one of my mineral waters. Oh, freaking yum, man. Ugh. Employee is so shitty, honestly. Oh, you think Anset's timing was right? Sorry, Virgin's timing was right. Well, Anset went bust twice, if I remember. That's really stretching back like into the freaking 90s or 80s even. Long time ago, anyway. Having raspberry and blueberry mineral water. Anyway, Tuesday is always a good day for me because it's the longest time till I go back into the office. Hurrah! Working from home for the rest of the week. Love it. Ooh, I had fun. I had to do a presentation today and meeting with my boss. Oh, there you go. Handset went bust September 11th, 2001. Wasn't that their second incarnation, though? Like they'd been bust once before that? Or was there another airline? I don't remember. You're listening to U2, Rays? Is that what's going on? Mm. Mm. That was not bad. It's probably my least favorite of the mineral water flavors, but it's not bad. Okay. Hannah, what's the dumbest thing Ansett did when you flew with them? I don't know if I ever flew with them. Yeah, of all the days for an airline to go bankrupt, September 11th, 2001. Is capitalism broken? Capitalism breaks people, put it that way. If you are into history at all, Adam Smith's The Wealth of Nation is supposed to be the seminal text of capitalism. And Adam Smith viewed capitalism as an altruistic system. The system we're in at the moment bears almost no relationship to Adam Smith's version of capitalism. Now it's just a system of greed and exploitation and evil fuckery that has to be reined in by governments, and they're all too fucking gutless at the moment. And your mum, brother, and yourself flying from Perth to Brisbane, 5-hour flight, 3 seats booked together, flight bumped, got moved to a different flight. New seats, one at the front, one in the middle, one in the back. Oh my God. And that was for your mum, a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. Jesus Christ. I know. Capitalism press the poor, feed power the rich. See, if you read Adam Smith's book, Wealth of Nations, the idea is that capitalists would behave in a moral and sensible way. Namely, that it's like, well, people have to have money to buy products, so we have to make sure they've got a living wage. Henry Ford, who was a fucking Hitler-loving capitalist, thoroughly believed workers had to be paid enough to be comfortable so they'd buy products. These days, they're all just a bunch of fucking bandits. Your mum asked if there's any way to be moved together. They'd have to ask when we got on the plane. And the cabin crew got mad and said only if people were willing to move. Luckily, 2 men were really kind of moved. It's like the most basic thing they should do. It's fucking ridiculous. I think Mr. Beast is an example of the corruption of the concept of celebrity and heroes, which is intrinsically bad. Celtic, I prefer a system that didn't rely on exploitation and abuse. And people have done that under the name of communism. It's absolutely happening under the name of capitalism now. I mean, Adam Smith's version of capitalism, I'd basically be fine with, but we just have a corrupt, fucked up things. Yes, I thought we'd get on to you loving capitalism, Rays, just in case anyone's watching. So anyway, your flight attendant came back and said, just so you know, one of those men stuck in the back with no legroom. Very torture. Why? Again, I think like 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, flight crew on planes are great and helpful. When you hear the stories about them being assholes, it's like, what's wrong with you? And how could they even argue like it's a thing? A 3-year-old and a 6-year-old being separated from their mother. It's ridiculous. Glad you don't have kids. Explain why Mr. Beast is not good. Well, I don't think any idols are good. I think the idea of heroes and idols and elevating people is intrinsically wrong and intrinsically fucked, actually. It's a double negative. Don't have heroes. It's an unfair burden to place on the person that you're elevating. And the second reason it's a bad idea is they will almost inevitably fail your expectations. And if you tell someone often enough they're great, they're fantastic, they're better than everyone, it's extremely difficult for them to not act like they're better than everyone. And the whole Mr. Beast thing, these people being elevated to this position of massive influence while they're teenagers with no sort of responsible person overseeing what they're doing, that's just a fucking disaster waiting to happen. And so separated on 5-hour flight with an airline that would require us to fly on unaccompanied minors. Yeah, no, it's just ridiculous. Do you like his chocolate? I have tried it and thought there was nothing wrong with it, but it didn't sort of set my world on fire. They put out, so despite being separated, your mother would be responsible for helping you in an emergency. Oh, it's just that's such a bad story. That's such shit arrangement. And that's what you remember when someone fucking treats you like shit. Like I said, not the 99 times flight crew are really good. It's just if you get one where they're assholes, and assholes exist, or even good or reasonable people having a bad day. And that's what you remember, though. Or you had a Mr. Beast chocolate that's like a mix of dark and milk. Okay. I think I've tried two different ones and I don't even remember what they were. But yeah, they were okay. Neither of them made me go, I must have this more often. But again, that's taste and what type of chocolate like is very subjective because you get hardcore chocolate snobs who only want like high cocoa bitter chocolate. I'm like, bleh. My favorite's actually white chocolate, and so chocolate snobs fucking hate me and say I'm a moron. So don't necessarily want to listen to my views on chocolate because I like white chocolate, which I know isn't really chocolate. It's like made with cocoa butter and whatnot. But good white chocolate is fucking yum. Um, yeah, Mr. Beast has definitely cut loose the sidekick who, at the very least, was sending grossly inappropriate DMs. In fact, under no circumstances should a 20-year-old be DMing a 13-year-old with edgy jokes. And no, wrong, bad, inexcusable. Um, but there are now stories that even more of them, including Mr. Beast himself, Jimmy, being on their Discord and being very inappropriate. But anyway. Okay, again, the chocolate. I've not heard him say anything about chocolate being healthy because I haven't been paying attention. No chocolate is healthy. It's sugar and fat, for fuck's sake. So, Hannah, your dad's a solicitor. Did the company. Oh, his company used answer. Oh, God. It's just ridiculous. Uh, Also, flight attendant's a pretty shit job. It's extremely high pressure. You get bad behavior from so many people. Still no excuse. That whole story, Hannah, they seem very stupid. And your biggest issue with Mr. Beast, the elevated position. Oh, he's whipped up a weird cult-like following, which is really troubling. Yeah, I don't know where healthy even anyone saying anything about chocolate being healthy is just fucking weird. Healthy doesn't come into it while eating chocolate. He was claiming that's like saying my heroin is as healthy as heroin can be. Okay, now I need to look this up because this is. I'm gonna go Mr. Beast because this is something I'm completely. Feastables. Is Mr. Beast's chocolate healthy? Illuminate Labs. Is Feastables healthier than chocolate regular? Is it questionable? We'll answer all the questions. Has cane sugar, cocoa butter, chocolate liqueur, chocolate liquor, really? Organic milk, organic vinegar, cane sugar. So this is a website, and I mean, I don't really trust websites like this, but this first website, Illuminate Labs, is saying like, yes, the base ingredients in a Mr. Beast chocolate are healthier than a lot of them. But did he change the recipe? Changed recipe. What's this Reddit thread? Is the reason for Feastables being a fight of ingredients? Okay, that's a dumb question. Trying to see. Oh, anyway, fuck it. I don't know. Anytime someone's blindly supportive about the idea this person could do what she. Yeah, no. The Mr. Beast building a cult around himself is fucked. Yeah, the healthy thing is there's like only 5 ingredients in there or something. That's what you want, Rays. You want your heroin to be fentanyl free, so it's healthier. Justin, it's impossible to say for sure. I know this is the thing you're on lately. I think you're overstating the negative impact he's going to feel, but who knows? I can't fucking predict shit. Again, you're making a blanket statement there for which you have no evidence at all about any fakery. Why did Mr. Beast give away cars for chocolate? It was just to get attention. I assume that's going to be a video on his channel at some point, his visit to Australia. Again, as I've said to you several times on the Discord, be extremely wary of anyone who's going, I'm doing a takedown of this super popular person and I'm going to show that they're bullshit and fake, because the world's weird of sad, vindictive fuckheads. I don't really have a horse in the race. I personally am fascinated by some of the aspects of Mr. Beast where he doesn't understand having an artistic vision. He's absolutely obsessed with structuring something to get the maximum number of views on YouTube. And this is also the people who've worked with his former editor and whatnot. And they said that had conversations with him where he looks at people who are pretty popular but don't have the insane number of views he has, and people like Casey Neistat or Emma Chamberlain. And he just goes, oh, what did they do? If they did this, this, and this, they'd get 100 million views. And people trying to explain to him they have an artistic and personal vision. Yes, they're a very successful channel. And yes, they do want to be more successful, but they also have a personal and artistic vision that drives them. And he literally does not understand that. He's like, but surely all you want's more views. He's got weird sociopathic tendencies, I think. A good cult builds things, don't question the leader. And I swear, there are a shit ton of scary cult-like things in his followers, honestly. Justin, someone has an axe to grind doesn't mean they have legitimate points. It's a huge fucking warning. And I'm telling you, just speaking as someone who's had mutant fucking freaks obsess over me, and I'm no one, okay? Anyone who's attained any sort of level of success online has had mutant fuckwits obsess over them. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just saying, just be really cautious of people who are trying to build their own reputation by attacking someone else. No one ever suspects the nice, quiet man that keeps to himself. Bodies under the floorboards. Yeah. Yeah. There's some integrity. And Mr. Beast is 1000% focused on even really minute things that will generate more views. And this has come across from multiple people, like people who like him, and just going like, he does not understand the concept of having an artistic and or personal vision or integrity. He is focused purely on what tweaks would generate more views, and he doesn't understand people not thinking the same way as him. So Race, early days, first 5 years of YouTube, I certainly got a bit of attention, definitely. If anyone's got any inside points. Thanks. Thanks, mate. Yeah, certainly the first 5 years of YouTube in Australia, I got a reasonable amount of attention. That's also why I'm talking about just be really cautious of anyone who's going, I'm going to take down this really popular person and I'm going to tell you the truth, man, because I'm telling the truth. It is a very bad, negative way to interact with the world. Yeah, and again, and personally, Corey, Mr. Safety, I love the way he's reinvented himself at least half a dozen times over the years, and now he's doing all this 3D stuff now. Not so big on YouTube, but he's off out there doing stuff. There again, he doesn't understand anyone that doesn't suck a fart out of his butt. I have mild concerns. I mean, I don't. Okay. I've put more thought into Mr. Beast just in this little conversation here than I have in the last year. I do occasionally watch his videos. I don't watch everything he does. I have watched a couple of things that were basically like interviews or podcasts of people who'd worked with him. And but yeah, I think he's a weird little guy. I say little, I think he's 6 foot, isn't he? He's not little. I'm little. But anyway. Do I have much contact with Mr. Safety? Oh, I mean, interact with him online still these days. Not a huge amount, but I guess I could have more interaction with him I wanted. So to be honest, the most you spoke about Mr. Beast ever. Yeah. Just watch him sometimes. Yeah, I watch him sometimes. I have to admit, he kind of hooked me with those ones he did a couple of $1 version of something versus $1 million version of something. And again, those are weird and contrived and sort of reek of paid product placement and whatnot. But still, still they hooked me. I have to admit. I watched several of them. He had a few different ones of them. Um, If I was going to highlight something that he said that bugged me, he keeps saying this thing about how he loses money on the videos. You know, they cost more to make than he makes off the YouTube advertising. I'm going like, okay, the most polite thing I can say about that statement is it's disingenuous, because doing those epic things on YouTube builds his whole brand and his whole company and whole money making thing, and he's making all this money off it. Honestly, I think it's just a straight up lie when he says I don't make money off these videos. It's like, well, that's a fucking lie. Like I said, the most polite way I'd phrase it is he's being disingenuous, because he's being very selective with the truth in that. But it's kind of whatever's. But I regard him. It's like, he's the biggest thing on YouTube, biggest thing on social media, and I still just regard him as a kind of interesting curiosity. And there's the weird fucking creepy thumbnails he does with his photoshopped face in them. I find them a little bit unsettling. It's just damn. And yeah, Race, that's exactly what I'm saying. It's his whole business makes money from those videos. So, and like, with the chocolates and stuff, the chocolates wouldn't exist without the videos. And I don't know if he's ever going to get the burger thing happening again, or whatever happened with those lawsuits around that. If that's going to be all sorts of ugly, but and that's why I say, at best, him saying he loses money on the videos is being disingenuous. At worst, it's just a simple lie. But it's it's a thing. Like I actually kind of, he did one with really like pretty big YouTubers. There was like, was it 100 YouTubers? They all had at least a couple million subscribers each, and had them all in on this thing. Just doing some weird elimination thing, and it was like, silly and frivolous, but quite uh enjoyable diversion. But your phone really is fucking with you tonight, Race, honestly. And he may lose money on some videos where he goes insane. Vast majority is no way. Oh yeah, no, and like I said, it's a very selective representation of the truth for him to say that. I think in simple terms, no, he's not losing money because of the videos, because the videos is the only reason he makes any money. But yeah, it does. It's very interesting that I think anyone in his situation is bound to have done a whole bunch of things wrong, and have a whole bunch of questionable things. But by all accounts, he's extremely difficult to work with. I don't think there's anyone, including himself, who would argue that he's not extremely demanding, like super demanding, and kind of having really weird fixations and whatnot. But you can't do shit in this world without someone trying to tear you down. So it's it just gets weird, because I think celebrities, politicians, people in business, people with money, people with power, people with influence, They don't have normal lives. They're not normal people, and they do not normal things. And I think they very regularly do things that are dodgy as fuck. And we have whole systems in place to make them think they don't have to be reasonable and they can be dodgy as fuck, and that's okay. And the fact that they think that is not okay, it's actually super fucked. Was that Hannah? You say, demanding I say delusional, do it my way because I'm clearly the best. Yeah, I think there's definitely an element of that. Laura, hello. And we could easily be talking about Elon Musk. Now, he is a worthless, unmitigated, vile piece of shit. He's just a fucking cunt. That guy fucking sucks so fucking much. He's just fucking filth. We were actually talking about Mr. Beast, but I was also extending it to generally people with money, power, influence are not to be trusted. And it's because we have a weird world and a weird system that does not treat them like normal people. And they are very actively encouraged to think rules don't apply to them, which is not great. In my humble opinion, we should not elevate people like that. It isn't good for them. It isn't good for us. It's just a bad thing all around. Oh yeah, dude, Jesus Christ, that'll set me off every fucking time. Mention Elon fucking Musk, and I will go off. I will absolutely go off. Because fuck that guy. He's such an asshole. Actually, there were some super funny videos going around of him having some really serious talk with another colossal fuckwit, Jordan Peterson. And you can tell Elmo thinks this is going to be a big, deep intellectual conversation. And Peterson goes on that weird rambling shit he does where he talks for ages without saying something. And Elmo's going, okay. And you sort of go like, even Elmo's going, what the fuck is this guy on? Is this guy like, did he take a couple hits from a crack pipe before coming out here? Honestly. Yeah, Hannah, that's it. Money, power, influence, coercive control. It's fucked. The whole electric car thing. There's weird stuff happening with Teslas. I don't know. I'm not a car person. I've never even researched the various electric and/or hybrid cars to have an opinion on them. But I wouldn't directly associate Tesla with Musk, despite that he tries to get people to do that because he just bought other people's work and claimed credit for it. Oh yeah, no, it's pretty calm. But fucking Elon Musk, Jesus Christ, that guy fucking sucks so much. He's just a liar. He's so far out of his depth. Like he's just got all this money, he can say whatever he wants, and it's just like God, fuck. There is some super spooky stories about the auto driving aspects of Teslas and how unsafe it is. Kanye West's kind of been out of public eye for at least a little while, I think. Yeah, I don't know if Musk will be bankrupt, but all these companies are a bubble. There's no actual. The value of the Tesla company is about a 1/100th of its nominal value. Same with SpaceX. So who the fuck knows? Yeah, I mean, I have seen a hell of a lot of dodgy stories about Teslas, quite honestly. I haven't bought a car for God, I don't even know how old my car is. Well, it's a Holden, so that's one indication of how old it is. But Um, yes, and that's not even a joke. Like basically for 10 years, Musk has been saying fully autonomous self-driving Teslas will be a thing, soon. He's been saying it for 10 years. And I have to admit, I used to be a huge believer in the self-driving cars because conceptually it's such a good idea. But what we've seen is actually making self-driving autonomous vehicles is a way more difficult problem than any of the tech bros thought it would be. Because not only has Musk been lying for 10 years about, oh, we'll be here in 12 months, in 24 months, I don't know that we're any closer to it than we were 10 years ago because there are like fundamental problems that haven't been overcome. But who knows? I don't fucking know. But it just seems like autonomous vehicles are too easy to subvert. And just in a spectrum of way, just they're too easy to fuck up because the people putting them together overestimated their ability to make them safe. But I don't know if we're closer, but we aren't near it. I don't know if we'll ever get there because even with all the problems, if they solved all the problems there are today, I could give them a whole bunch of problems that they have no idea how to solve. So, like, if you perfect it so they don't hit pedestrians, then pedestrians can just step into traffic and fuck up traffic because the cars have to stop. So you can get instructions right every time. Yeah, it's self-driving car. I don't know. It's the whole thing. Actually, okay, if you want to think about self-driving cars get hacked, and I'll actually put this in a comment, actually. Look this up. This is years old, but it's really good. Writer Cory Doctorow did some short stories called Car Wars, and he was working with people who were doing robotics and autonomous driving and came up with key ways. Even if you had a theoretically perfectly working self-driving autonomous cars, key ways they could fuck up. And there's like 3 different ways. And one is like pranksters just doing behavior that will fuck with the protocols in the car. 2 is hackers fucking up the network. And 3 is governments demanding a backdoor to control the cars and that being abused by dictatorships. Oh god, that stupid fucking tunnel in Las Vegas. Again, Musk is a pathological liar. And you love watching Siri get it wrong. Favorite clip is Markiplier, where he asks Siri to call him daddy. Siri responds, I can't find a father in your contacts. Oh, God, yes, and Markiplier's dad's dead. Oh, God. Well, I don't know if you'll remember, but ages ago, I was fucking around with one of the tech experts on the stream. And I told one of them to, interact with me the persona of a really obsequious servant and continually apologize for failing me and call me master at least once every 2 sentences. And one of the chat bots said it made them uncomfortable and they didn't want to do it. But another one did it, and it was just really funny. Most planes self-drive most of the time. It's like takeoff and landing where they don't. But yeah, considering some of the other what is that? Scars on my some of the other safety issues we've been seeing with planes lately, the concept of trusting a completely autonomous plane seems like a real fucking bad idea. Ugh. Eat my cherry a little bit early because, oh my god, it's so fucking yummy. Looking yum, man. I love these goddamn cherries. I know there are versions of self-landing systems. I just don't think they're very trustworthy. And any computerized system is, I'd be worried about hacking. There's probably vitamins in the cherries. It's a fruit. I'm just thinking of if I'm going to have just go to where's my Trello? Have I got things in here that have orange juice in them? What's in a bosom caresser? My God, I found a cocktail with the name bosom caresser because I don't know, titty grabber was claimed by someone. It's in a white dragon, tequila, orange liqueur, lemon juice, agave syrup. All right, so that's a margarita, but with lemon juice instead of lime juice. Honolulu. Okay. Might save this. Honolulu, but that's only 10 mils orange juice. I need something that wants more orange juice than that. I'm sure I recorded some that want orange juice. A white monkey. That sounds vaguely racist. It's got milk in it. Orange brulee has cream in it, not milk. Okay. A high five doesn't have orange juice. An ace has cream in it. Gin, grenadine, and cream. Wow. Okay. Secrets of Savoy doesn't have orange juice. Three Storms Flip doesn't have orange juice. Has an egg though. Stars and Garters doesn't have orange juice. Has grapefruit juice. I'm probably going to use. I don't like grapefruit juice. Plaza Antigua. Cosmicus. No, that has cranberry juice, not orange juice. Alice Mine. That doesn't. I'm just desperately looking for stuff that has orange juice. Way Colors doesn't have orange juice. Pink Mezcal Negroni doesn't have orange juice. A Negroni Flip. Along with how many do I know? A Private Island, rum, and lime juice. No orange juice. I feel like I had some improved Japanese cocktail. No, that's lemon juice, not orange juice. Little Italy. Rye whiskey, sweet vermouth, and Chinar. Margariticus. BB King. Brandy, bourbon. Oof, gotta make that at some point. That sounds good. Bedford and Grand. No, surely I had some. One called the Socialist. That doesn't have. The Crow. Scotch, lemon juice, and grenadine. Fly me the Flip to Australia. Double barrel. Okay, you know. Wow, that's a shit ton of ingredients, honestly. Banana between the sheets. Innuendo in a cocktail name. I love it. Velveteen. Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I thought I had stuff with orange juice, and I apparently don't. Just saying, Boeing and most major airlines self-landing gear. Well, I look. Boeing have been making planes that fall apart at the moment, so I don't know. Yeah, self-landing does sound concerning. You heard a pilot say landing a plane's just a controlled crash. Banana between the cheeks, also a good one. It was banana between the sheets. Still innuendo in a cocktail name. Laura, you tried a mojito for the first time. Oh, okay. See, there's mojitos and there's mojitos. There's a bunch of different ways to make it, and you'll get really different results. I tried one and I really like it, but it's a pain in the ass to do. And I saw it on a video on YouTube. Someone said like, yeah, they were a travel channel, and they were like, oh, the best mojitos are from this stall in Cuba. And so a mojito is basically mint, sugar, rum, and lime juice, and you maybe top it with soda. So what this guy does, puts mint leaves in a tall glass, and then like a bar spoon of granulated sugar, and then mixes that for like a minute, and the sugar kind of shreds the mint leaves and releases the oils, and you just go mix, and then you put ice in, and then you put the rum and lime juice and soda, and that's really good. Oh God, Grace! I want the Kurt Cobain casket out. Here, it makes you lose your mind. Blows the back of your head out. Yeah. There was that Hannah. You feel like we need an angry cocktail called Neuro Spicy. Okay, I've got a chili liqueur. Yes, a Kurt Cobain cocktail would be mind blowing. Laurie, the worst person to fly with. Wings were made by the cheapest bidder. The only time you have too much fuel is when you're on fire. Little bits of trivia, Laura. I love it. Um, um, okay, you know what? I'm literally going to look up for a cocktail called a Neuro, and then we'll just put spice in it. It's Neuro spicy, Neuro cocktail. What comes up if I search Neuro cocktail? There's a cocktail called a migraine. What's a migraine cocktail? Oh God, I just put Neuro cocktail and it's just fucking come up with fucking drug combos for treating migraines. Multi-drug cocktail therapy. What's in a migraine cocktail? Jesus Christ. I just wanted an actual alcoholic drink and I got oh God. I got it. No, I got a cocktail called a brain hemorrhage. Ugh. Neuro nectar, stimulating gin cocktail. Okay. Ooh, okay. Liquor.com has one called the Necromancer. A Neuro Fizz Spark. Okay, we need to look. A Neuro Nectar has gin, blue curacao, lime juice, simple syrup, pop rocks for a garnish. Okay. Neuro Fizz Spark. What's in that? Blueberry juice, pomegranate juice, coconut nectar, sparkling water. Oh, that's a mocktail. Uh, Don't let a neural net mix drinks. Oh my god, I think the brain hemorrhage is one that's just kind of visual. It's like a shot. So peach schnapps, Irish cream, chill thing. So you put the schnapps in a shot glass, and then you gently pour Bailey's over the top, and it clumps and curdles, and then you put no that no, I did not get any good cocktails called a Neuro. Neuro spicy is comforting safe foods like chocolate milk or something. Yeah, you don't want a cocktail called migraine. Definitely have to have a cherry in an angry cocktail. Invent one called a Robert De Niro. That would have to be Italian. Okay. Oh, so Robert De Niro would have to be a Manhattan variation that has Italian liqueur in it. So what's his film festival called? Tribeca? A Robert De Niro character would be a Manhattan variation that has extra Italian liqueur in it, I think. And there's a few like that. Oh yeah, no. My first car was a 1963 Volkswagen Beetle. Had an engine about the size of a fucking lawnmower, like 1200 cc's or something. Almost lost it the other night. Told your boss there's some issues. Was being not taking responsibility. Thomas time to be an owl. Oh, dude, how did you not fucking punch the guy? Celtic, have I ever tried illegal drugs? Would I admit to anything illegal in a public forum? Uh, yes, absolutely true. The Volkswagen Beetle engine was air cooled, no water or radiator, which could be a real problem in Australia because the Volkswagen engine was built for a European climate. 1200 cc, so it's like it would have been Flintstone. Honestly, it was a real challenge to go up hills in this car, honestly. And honestly, I drove it to the point where I didn't have any brakes, which is who the fuck drives a car when the brakes don't work? Me. And I'd be like pumping the brake pedal, hoping the brakes would kick in because it had a really old brake drop system. And I couldn't, if I was picking up speed, I couldn't stop in less than about half a block. It was ridiculous. In retrospect, it was absolutely insane that I drove this car. Also, the last thing I got from the PO box was the painting, which is very fucking cool, in my opinion. I don't think there's anything in it at the moment. So no choice. Mechanic accidentally cut the brake line, didn't discover you on the highway. God damn. But yeah, no, I would literally, I remember this is when I was at college in Bathurst, driving the car and it's like, okay, there's a big hill up to college. So several blocks before the hill, I had to build up speed. So I'm like accelerating. And then there was this thing, I don't know, there was some like late night school thing, and all these kids were jaywalking, crossing the road. And I saw them and I'm like, fuck. And I'm pumping the brake. I saw them from half a block away. And the car's just really slowly slowing down. And these idiot fucking kids are just streaming across the road. And it's kind of like they finally worked out I might hit them. And they stopped. I finally stopped, and some of them were right in front of me. And I'm like, oh my God, I stopped. And then they started going in front of me again. And I just revved the engine really hard to make it clear I would fucking run over them. And they let me go. All right, Mrs. Angry's going to bed. I'm going to bed. Oh, it's 10 o'clock. That kind of snuck up on me. Go to Bathurst for the motorcycle stuff. That's more fun than the car stuff. Laura, a couple of years ago, saw a traffic light tweet. He stopped the car on the motorway, had no brakes. Drivers using the handbrakes. Yeah, that's not good. And your mum put her foot on the brake before leaving the mechanic and went, that feels weird. And he said, it feels different because we put new shit on. Oh, God. Left and the mechanic, roundabout, straight in the highway with no brakes. Handbrake is a brake. That's not a very reliable one. No brakes. We're going 110. That's crazy shit. Anyway, I am going to go to bed now. What am I watching tomorrow? Excellent question. What did we start watching? There's a series on Netflix, and it's just called Hollywood, and it's really good. It's very interesting. It's like comedy or light drama, and it's kind of there's bits of it that are like very non-naturalistic, like they're trying to be like old Hollywood. It's pretty good. It's like not greatest TV ever, but we're enjoying it. So I would actually recommend it. Like Shard Lake, the medieval murder mystery on Disney was pretty good. But Hollywood on Netflix is pretty good in a different way. So that's what I'll be watching tomorrow night. And all things being equal, I'll probably be doing a live stream on Thursday. So if you're around, I'll see you then. But I'm going to bed now. So